being nowhere was high enough. Somewhere along the lines we stopped seeing eye to eye. You were staying out all night and I had had enough. No, I don't wanna know where you've been or where you're going, but I know I won't be home and you'll be on your own. Who's gonna walk you through the dark side of the morning? Who's gonna rock you when the sun won't let you sleep? Who's waking up, drive you home when you're drunk and all alone? Who's gonna walk you through the dark side of the morning? It ain't me, I'm Bowery, whiskey me, I'm so grateful. It ain't me, I'm Bowery, whiskey me, I'm so grateful. Hey, what's going on? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and today's lesson will be for It Ain't Me by Kygo with Selena Gomez. This is a fun little one. There's this great acoustic riff. This sort of grabbed me the first time I heard it, stuck in my head, wouldn't let it go, so I wanted to figure this out. There's some really cool stuff you can do. I'm going to show you with a capo. I'm going to show you both some unique kind of almost bar chords, but not really. I'm going to show you some open chord ways to play it. But let's dive right in. I'm going to start with this little intro riff. Now, to teach this to you, I'm going to sort of break it down into the essential parts and start with the most simple things first. Okay, now for this whole intro sequence, a couple things to note. The first way I'm going to show you to play it, you're only going to keep your fingers on 3 of the 6 strings. And when I say your fingers, I mean your right hand, and I mean your thumb, index, and middle fingers. Your thumb's going to be on the bass note, which is either the low E or the low A, okay? Your index and middle fingers are always going to be on the G and B string. That's the 3rd and 2nd string, okay? So index finger on the 3rd string, middle finger on the 2nd string, okay? So that's the first thing to master, is just plucking low E with your thumb and the B and G with your index and middle, okay? That's your E minor. For your G, what you're gonna do is basically you're going to use on your left hand these 3 fingers. You're going to put your index finger on the 3rd fret of the low E. Start with that, okay? Next, add your middle finger to the 3rd fret of the B string, the 2nd string, okay? Make that sound, okay? And then finally put your ring finger down on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, the G string. So if you were to play those 3 strings, it would sound like that. Make sure you can play that position good. You're going to need this for the intro, okay? Okay, again, going from E minor to that G. This is the next thing to practice, is once you get the G, practice going on and off of it. So you're on it, now go off of it, play those same strings, go back on it and play those strings, okay? So, and these are the first 2 chords of that riff. So you're going to need to be able to do this. Now, you don't have to move your left hand all the way down like I'm doing. I'm sort of making it dramatic, right? But basically, you can play that E minor and have your left hand sort of right above, ready to pounce, right? It knows where it needs to go, okay? The next chord you'll need, and I'll get to the rhythm and the picking pattern and everything in a second. I want to cover the chord shapes first. The next shape you'll need is a C. To do that, from this G, what you're going to do is a couple things. One, keep in mind your ring finger is staying on the same string, okay? So keep that in mind as a sense memory thing. It's going to stay on the same string. It's going to move up 1 fret to the 5th fret relative to the capo, the 5th fret, okay? Your pinky is going to go down next to it. You're still on the B and the G strings. Your index finger is going to play still on the 3rd fret, but it's on the 5th string this time. So mute 5. So that's 5, 3, 3 on the 5th string, 3rd, 2nd string, okay? So that's 3rd fret, 5th fret, 5th fret on the 5th string and on the 3rd and 2nd string, okay? That's your C. Practice going between this C and this G. Now really look at my hand here And what you want to do is, when you look at your own hand, pay attention to which fingers are moving. You're moving your index finger to the floor, one string, same fret. You're moving your ring finger toward your right hand, one fret, same string, and you're putting your pinky down. So practice this, okay? Get comfortable doing this. And then once you get that comfortable, you can go from the E minor to the G to the C and back to the G, okay? I recommend practicing this circular if you can. Because you get comfortable with this, it's gonna make learning the proper intro with the rhythm and stuff super easy, okay? This is like Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, right? You kind of get the muscle memory down and the rest becomes like clockwork, really easy, okay? This is the hard part, is learning this for the first time. For the D, the last chord in this intro, you have a couple options. One is you can slide your C just up 2 frets and keep everything else the same. Pluck the same strings, your fingers are pushing down just the same, okay? So that's 5, 7, 7, relative to the capo, right? I recommend doing that. You could also play an open D and play the 4th string and the highest 2 strings. What I don't like about this is you're doing something totally new with your left hand and something totally new with your right hand, because you have to pluck different strings with your right hand and you have to do a different chord shape with your left hand. I kind of like keeping the simplicity of, okay? A lot less going on there. So you do in the D have this sort of flare note. And whether you're doing it down, up here or here, you're going to use your pinky. If you're doing an open D, you're going to put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string and then lift it off, okay? If you're up here, your pinky is going to go to the 8th fret of the B string to slide it up and then slide it back, okay? So now we have all the chord positions. Let's get to some of the timing. Okay, this isn't the full intro yet. I'm not going. We'll get there, right? But what I want you to notice here is if you're on each chord for 8 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I want you to pluck on the 1, the 4, and the 6 of each 8 counts. So count slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice that's starting to sound like the real intro, okay? The next thing, the last thing I haven't shown you yet is on those 4 and 6 counts of each 8 beats, basically you're going to pluck the G string and the B string. So basically on the first note of each 8 sequence, you're going to do the bass note and the high B string, okay? On the 4 count, you're going to do the bass note and the G string. And on the 6th note, 6th count, you're going to do the B string again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice how on the 1 and the 6 count, I'm doing the B string and the low E, and on the 4, I'm going down. So basically, great. And the last thing you can add if you want is on the 3 and the 7 of each 8 count sequence, I really want you to give a percussive slap to the guitar. And what I mean by that is, exaggerating. So I'm kind of exaggerating that there, right? But that's sort of the last little bit of flavor you can do to make it really fun, right? But otherwise, that's that riff. Again, if you were to do open chords, it would be... What I don't like about this open chord version is you're changing the strings that your left hand is pushing down on a lot. And you're changing the strings that you're plucking with your right hand a lot. And together, it's just kind of a lot. It's doable, but it's not as satisfying to play. Whereas this one is, I can feel the chords, not look. You know, and it's, I don't know, it's the way I prefer to do it. But anyway, that's the intro for you. I hope that was helpful. And next, let me show you some of the verse and the chorus and the sort of the drop here, okay? So the chords for the whole song look like this. Fortunately, you have pretty standard stuff here. You need an E minor, you need a C, you need a G, and you need a D, okay? So here's the mappings. I'm gonna sort of leave it to you a little bit to work your way through them, but basically you're on every chord for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 counts. Okay, so I had a dream, we were sipping whiskey neat, highest floor, the Bowery, nowhere was high enough. Strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up, 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 down, down. Okay, pretty straightforward. The real gotcha here is gonna come in the chorus when it's, who's waking up to drive you home when you're drunk and all alone? Okay, so I can't sing that high, so forgive me. But basically you have this transition from a D to an E flat augmented 7, I believe. Basically it's regular D, first, second on the thinnest 4 strings. And then to an E minor. I like to play the highest 4 strings, thinnest 4 strings, second, open, open, third. Because it gives you this really nice ascending feel, right? Listen to that bass note. Okay? Now that diminished chord, so it's an E flat diminished 7, I believe. That diminished chord, the way to play it, the way to practice it, you can do... So the way to play that chord, you can put with just your fingertips, no barring. This would be index, ring, middle, pinky, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st string. What I like to do is bar the 1st fret, highest 4 strings, and then put my middle and ring finger down on the 3rd and 1st string. This is a tough one. If you can't do it, you can just do a D7. So you don't get that bass note effect, but it sounds just as good, especially if you're playing fast, no one will notice. But otherwise, that's the mapping you'll need for the song. Check out my playthrough if you want to hear how it sounds, and use that strumming pattern I showed you. But otherwise, that's going to be this song. I hope this was helpful. Check out my website for the tabs and notes for this lesson if you want to access this stuff outside of this video. But otherwise, this has been David Potts. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you like what you saw, and hit me up in the comments with any questions you have. But until next time, good luck with this and keep on rocking. Bye-bye.